Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry it took so long to get to the second part of this video. We're just back in Utah now, and as before, we're just going to show you footage of our trip in California as we talk about... Thanks for adding that. As we talk about the pros and cons of the autism community. This little guy, Alistair, is going to be joining us. We'll see for how long. Our boys are upstairs playing quietly, and we'll see how long that lasts. But we have our phone here so we can just keep things nice and concise and stay focused. And yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Hey Connor, can you tell me some of the pros and cons of the autism community?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Starting off with a pro, many in the autism community are spreading awareness, and every day more families are speaking out, developing courage, sharing both the good and the bad when it comes to autism, rather than trying to just fit in, which, let's be honest, does not always work out so well. People fear what they don't understand, and autism is no different. We've seen the dirtiest looks when our son loses at the grocery store, but once we tell them he has autism, their attitude shifts dramatically, or in some cases, they didn't even know what autism was. And we have an opportunity to educate. We're seeing more and more of this, and it feels like things are getting better.
So one of the cons, we aren't very unified in the autism community, at least in part. Disagreeing on terms, meltdown versus tantrum, to say Asperger's or to not say Asperger's, to spank or not to spank, medication versus therapy, experimenting on autistic kids with strange food diets, treatments or therapies, like they are guinea pigs. I realize this is a general problem when it comes to parenting at large, but we could be more unified and less judgmental of one another. We need each other's support in the autism community and less divisiveness.
Another pro is autism families are generally a lot more patient with other people's kids. Some newbie parents freak out over a little tantrum. We say, "Ah, how cute." We are not expert parents per se, but we can handle a child's mood swings more easily because of our extreme conditioning.
Okay, con, and this is a big one. Saying your kids have autism without getting an official diagnosis. This is shaky ground and can do more harm than good, especially if the child is given the wrong medication or expensive therapy that wasn't needed. It can also hurt credibility in the autism community when a child may have a speech impediment or simple learning disability, or even be antisocial because other people start to view autism as trivial or even an excuse for other behavior. So just as you shouldn't tell people you have cancer without getting a diagnosis, you shouldn't tell others someone has autism without a diagnosis. Even if you're 99% sure, it helps to have that validation. Our two oldest sons have been diagnosed by psychiatrists, doctors, and family therapists, and that paperwork was vital in getting them help they needed through school programs, medications, and therapy. Also, if your child truly has autism and you just leave it at that, you could be missing out on special needs classes and therapy that are so crucial to a child's development in those formative years. Please get a diagnosis if you have strong reason to believe your loved one has autism.
Another pro is, along with the patience I mentioned, comes a laid-back attitude towards life in general. Many in the community would be very easygoing and nice to be around. Very open and down-to-earth people. Again, I'm speaking in general terms, but constant embarrassment and resetting of social norms helps us to be more chill. For example, one time this last spring, we went and took the boys to Thanksgiving Point Gardens, which has some really pretty tulips. And our son kind of wandered off from us, Ian, our oldest, and he was about 300 feet away from us. There's nothing we could do to prevent this, but he literally just pulled down his pants and pooped in front of everybody. And there was a lot of people there, all enjoying the tulip festival. Yep, just pooped.
Yeah.
In front of everyone.
And a little backstory behind this, when we're out hiking, we teach them it's okay to go off in the woods and go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, we let them pee everywhere, and as long as it's in the woods and not in front of other people, I mean, big deal, right? But yeah, then they tend to apply that to places like gardens or public places, and like, yeah, just pee wherever I want, poop wherever I want. Like, no.
So that's that.
Yeah.
Another con is saying you found the missing link to autism. This can be hurtful to food companies, to medical companies, to manufacturing companies, and harmful to your loved one who has autism. I realize there are a lot of harmful chemicals and synthesized foods out there that are far from perfect. But since when has our food ever been perfect? Without pesticides, our foods are crawling with bugs and also have diseases. Calling out bad ingredients in food or the possibility that vaccines cause autism has actually caused damage. Just look at the measles outbreak at Disneyland. A life-threatening disease that we conquered came back to haunt us. What about air pollution or city water filtration methods? Until we know for absolute certain what causes autism, it's probably best not to point fingers and resort to fear-mongering. I'm sure we will eventually find the link, and I'm sure we'll be pretty ticked off. But innocent parties don't deserve our wrath or lack of business. Innocence before proven guilt. Anyway, that's our philosophy. Sorry, our baby's making so much. What are you doing? I'm Batman. Teeth. Can you say hi?
You say hi.
No, gross. You got spit all over the phone. Say hi, people.
Hi. Oh,
Okay, we are going to end this with a pro.
Hi. Yes.
And
notice I get all the positive pros, which is nice.
Yeah, we just figured it would be a good way of bouncing.
Something.
I don't know. That was just the format we just decided on. She did the pros, I did the cons.
We're too tired to reason it out right now.
You sound like a negative person, but I'm really not.
He's not. He just likes to be fair.
I'm a realist, not a pessimist. What? That's how most of our videos go.
All right.
Behind the scenes.
You're
okay,
free.
Go ahead.
You're free. It's okay.
It's okay.
Last pro. Okay. Autism is the great equalizer. We can talk to just about any stranger who is in an autistic family, and we get one another. We recently attended an autism birthday party and immediately got along with the other parents. There aren't any real social barriers in terms of economic class, race, educational level, etc. We all understand how it feels to see our kids hitting themselves repeatedly, or not fitting in at a play date, or screaming constantly, or being bullied by someone else's atypical children. I thought you said this was a pro. We've all been there and feel each other's pain. And though it sounds weird, there is strength in surviving painful experiences together. I think a real bonding takes place among parents.
Yeah, please in the comment section, if you guys would like to see anything specifically, if you like hearing about our opinions of autism and the autism community during our vlogs, or if you just want to see more candid what we do in day-to-day life, that type of format, please feel free to comment and let us know what your thoughts are. We're just doing this to try to help the autism community, so let us know what you want, and we'll do our best to provide that and keep these videos coming to you. So thanks for watching.